We've got the Citadel cards. We've got the Pastoral Tarot, the Sacrobito, and Santa Muerte for tree. Past life for tree. As soon as I started shuffling, I'm getting dun 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 dun, thinking flamenco dancer. I get the card of the dancer, the smith, the dancer. These are two people. This is you right here. The smith, I don't know who this is yet. The acolyte and the wise one. Okay, we're going, we're going. What's going on here? It is like you are a dancer, literally a dancer. A dancer that likes to learn. It's not that it's all about dance for you. You want wisdom, you want knowledge. I'm getting a striking beauty here. Now, tarot doesn't read tarot when we're in past life. Tarot reads very, very intuitive. Striking beauty, like stunning when people see you dance. Stunning. It strikes them, but eventually you leave what's going on, what you've learned in the arena of dance, and you move forward to something else. You come to a point where you're stuck and you have to make a different journey. I want more information here first. We'll get to this when we get to this. Okay, hang on. What's going on with the dancer? You know? So clearly the dancer, clearly the dancer. There's always cadences and rhythms and cadences and rhythms and cadences and rhythms. And once you learn something, you get two verifications. Once you get double verification, then you make your move. This is your nature. Okay. The smith is the older man from the grave. The smith is the older man who is somebody that you lean to. It is somebody that is a teacher in your world, but they're not a dance teacher or instructor per se, per you. This is just somebody that's like an elder, a wise person that you would lean to or lean into to have clarity about what you want to pursue. They help lead you through some many difficult times. This feels like this could be grandfather energy. Is this right? Are we feeling grandfather? Yes, of course we're feeling grandfather energy. It's grandfather energy. Okay, the backstory on your parents is your grandfather would have loved to murder your father, but your mom liked your father quite a bit. That's how you came to be. Your mom was quite beautiful, very, very strikingly beautiful. And it seems like hot, passionate affair for your mom and dad. It's how you came to be. But your mom was quite young, and the grandfather doesn't like your father, and he ditched. The grandfather would like to kick his ass, to say the very least. The grandfather helps the mother so she's not, having the illegitimate child, blah, 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 and you guys relocate. Now, the grandmother doesn't seem to be around. The grandmother's influence, the grandfather might feel, but it's not, she's dead. Grandfather is there, your mother is there, you are there. That's your little family unit. And you guys are good. You stand pretty strong. You make it work. As a trio, you work at work. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's why there's always a cadence. There's always this 3 in the creation. There's always this 3 in the creation. It circles around, it circles around. It's why you like having 2 opinions. You have your opinion, then you have your mom's opinion, you have your grandfather's opinion. But you always have 2 opinions, and that's what you like to do. It's how you reason things through. It's how you know to navigate. It's how you listen to the world. You grow up pretty tall, and you grow up in this other town and other village, then your name and your honor is still there. It's like they could explain away. People like to explain those situations away. I don't know how far south you are and if you're literally in Mexico, but when we first started pulling for this read, I was drawn to this deck, the Santa Muerte, and it makes me think Mexico more than it makes me think Spain. And I think that you are down there, but I don't think you're in Mexico. I think it's before the southwest of America and California were the United States. I think you were in this area of the country. So you were north of what we would consider Mexico now. Okay, enough geography. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep on telling. Okay, the truth of the situation that comes. You know the truth of your birth. You know the truth of what it is. Your father doesn't reappear in your world, but your grandfather influences long time. He teaches you lots of things. Your grandfather was like more like a farmer type of a person. Farmer, smith, worked with his hands. Commoner. You, very beautiful and into dance. Performing. Where would you have even performed? I would have no idea, but that's what it was. This is where you like to learn. The grandfather would teach you much, and you would, people that they sing everything. Like, my mom was one of those types of people that would sing, and she might sing you what's for breakfast before, you get up and on your way to school. You would dance everything. Like, you would be moving and dancing and skipping and dancing, and even if you were supposed to be doing chores, you would be dancing, the dancer. You would be dancing. You would grab somebody's hand and dance around with your grandpa or with your mom, whatever, dancing. I'm getting something like, I don't know if this is Dios mío, like is an exclamation, like, oh, that kind of, oh, Dios mío, oh, good God. I don't know what this is about, but yeah, it's an oh, good God moment. This is, you've been seen, spotted, and your mother sees you and sees what's going on, sees her own past coming a little too close to home, sees you a little bit smitten, a little bit somebody that's got your attention. She's trying to keep you hidden away a little bit so love's misadventure doesn't hit you a little bit hard. You want to go forward. You want to perform. You like the attention. You like this young fellow. You want to go forward. You're in love. You want to complete this cycle. You want to move forward. You want to explore. You want to go sow your wild oats. And your mom and your grandfather are like, no, hold on to your horses. You can't. It's like you can hardly stand it. You don't want to be kept closeted and locked up. And it feels like you feel like you've learned so much, but now it's your time, it's your season in the world, and you want to go forward. They say, give us a year. Your grandfather says, if he's worth it and he's not a scoundrel, he'll give you a year. If he's a scoundrel, he'll never return. You think about this. You agree to this. Your inner knowing says, give this person a year. If they come back in a year, then they're worth your time. If not, then that's okay. You give them the year. You give this person that you think you love the year. 10 months go by. He comes back in 10 months. He's really, really tired, road weary, worn. He's had some other wild oats sowing experiences. This is something you know. Does this feel like it's something that interferes with your love of him or his of you? No. He just had some time to sow his wild oats, and is he coming back? Yes, he's coming back. What does he do? You want to move on. You want to move forward. Something about like a vineyard. Something about a fire near a vineyard. It's part of the reason he returned early. He thinks he's going to catch the blame. It wasn't him. He didn't set any kind of thing on fire or arson or anything, but something about a vineyard caught fire, and he was somebody that would have been in that field, working that field, and would have caught some blame. Now, we need to see more. Hang on. Does your mom and your grandpa think he's actually innocent, or do they think he's guilty? This is important to you because you're not sure what to make of this story. They believe him, but they think he's being set up and framed by somebody. Now, this is wacky as wacky gets. Somebody's prepared to set up whoever this is that is your love. He's come back to you, but you cannot go forward in the way that you might have talked about or dreamed about when you first met because of this kind of incident. He's going to have to go elsewhere. He's going to have to go further afield, so to speak. This is why you have to go. You gave him the year. He's got a little bit of time before that year has passed up. This is when you have to go. Do you go with him? Yes, you do. There is a ceremony. You guys are married. Your mom and your grandpa are at the wedding. There is a ceremony that's like, okay, then you're going to do this. You're going to do this. It's you go get established with your husband. You go get established. Your mom and your grandfather intend to come after you guys have had a little bit of time. Where are you going? You're going north. Why are you going north? There's another place. This is another like farm field that you've heard of, and I think that I don't know why this person understands wine and grapes and vintages. I certainly don't understand this, but there's like a cycle, a season, and a change, and you bide your time, you go north, and then he gets in this role where he's really taking care of the vines and the grapes quite well, and there's this position of responsibility that he comes to again. It's further enough away from where the fire happened that you can go forward. This is something that you are telling him to go for again. He doesn't want to do it because he's afraid he'll catch blame, and you're like, no, trust me, trust me. You have skills with this. You understand this. You're telling him that he understands this, but you yourself also understand when there is ripe fruit, good growth. You understand the seasons and cycles of things. You understand that he's been clear long enough that if you go north, it's the directions will have split, the timing will have shifted and turned, the cycle will have turned. So you go for it. Huge celebration. There's something that is new that is done in the way that somehow the wine is processed, or the grapes are processed, and it feels like a innovative thing. This is when you send for your grandfather and your mother. Do they both come to join you? It's a hazardous trip because your grandpa is quite old, but they do both want to come that direction. They do both want to come. It's still very hazard. It's like you have moved. The travel was not so easy back then. Like, this is before cars. This is when you would have gone, on foot or by horse. Or by wagon, or mostly on foot. It would be long. The scales will be balanced. The scales will be balanced. Karma's coming calling. What is this karma coming calling for? Your grandmother is entering in here. The one who's passed over that talks to your grandpa still. She's entering in here. She's like, you've got 2 months. You better hustle up and get there. Basically giving him the nod, saying, hurry, hurry. She's pushing your mom and your grandfather towards you as fast as she can push them, because he's getting fucking old. Now this is nice. They get to where it is that you are. You and your love, I don't know what your love's name is, but you and your love are there. You got the vineyard, you got the springtime, you got this harvest and this technological thing, whatever it is he's doing, this knowledge that he's doing that's making this come in good. Your grandpa gets to see you in a space and place that makes him very happy because of his own farming. Makes him happy to see you settled. Well settled is what I'm getting. Well settled, well played, well done. Your mom is now there with you and the guy. Well settled. It's like well settled, well played, well done indeed. You've navigated something that is a different kind of life path than you thought, and you've done it in a way that he feels is a very good job. And that really matters to you quite a lot. Wish fulfilled. He couldn't have had it any happier for you. Oh, now he tries to go. He's got to go. It's like he gets this short little spring season with you, and that's it. It's very short. He's got to go. He goes. This has come to the point where you have your own household set up. It's a small little household, but you and your love have this household set up. Your mom has moved in with you. It's all settled now. He's okay to go now. He's okay. He crosses over. He crosses over. This was the most difficult aspect of this life that you had. The cards you were dealt were a little bit tricky. It required navigating different steps, different rhythms. And he feels like you guys are okay. Your mom, the new guy, the husband, you guys are okay. It's still a trio, and now he can go. He feels very good with this. That's what I've got. That's complete. That's where it was. Very happy. From this point forward, the difficulty was all in the past. It was like downhill from here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Yeah. That's what came through. Holy cow.